So once again, we're underway.
Kukçu makes a dash for it. And here's Mbappe. Osimhen. And the shot! Now, who's going to be first? Oh, he's been caught on it here.
Oh, he's been flattened there. Whistle's gone, and the referee has given a penalty. Egypt could not have chosen a worse moment.
An exchange of stares, and here we go. Goal! Turkey! Not a twitch, not a blink.
Should we have ever doubted him? Cool as you like.
Turkey have their lead. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Silvestre.
In comes the corner.
Egypt with the corner, they're first. Yamal plays it short. And now a sudden chance to counter. Mbappe short changes him with that pass. Pass somewhat off target. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Knocks it into space. Shot could be on. Goes for a shot! And that's a sharp finish.
And there we have it, the two-goal cushion.
Well, how's that for a class finish?
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
21, Kylian Mbappe.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
Yeah, it's all happening now. There's been an upping of the intention and urgency, a real step up in possession and purpose now. There's no doubt it's a long way back, but they can at least give us something to believe the gap might be closed.
Raul. Yamal. Kukçu. Now it's Mbappe. Turkey are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
Osimhen, never the sort to be shot shy. That has been cut short. Not the most convincing of passes. Great ball if he can get there. And he's got away from it. He's free, he has got space.
He's gone down, but the referee just tells him to get back up again.
There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And this is Del Piero. And Del Piero! And that is wildly off target.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
Now it's Mbappe. Maldini makes the interception. Del Piero. Now it's Yamal. Messi is the team's great visionary. And it's Del Piero. Nicely weighted. He's had a shot! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
Ibrahimovic deserves a lot of credit for his willingness to make those runs. The passers will always have an option with him.
Turkey can now introduce the first of their substitutes. Turkey. Now it's Yamal, and reclaimed it in a trice. Dani Olmo, Seedorf pulls off an exemplary piece of defending. Takes a shot! He's done very well to get to that.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Thinks one through.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done. Goes for goal! Takes aim and crosses. Easy enough for the goalkeeper. Looking for options for movement. Nice, ended up in no man's land. And he thumps it clear. Played back. Silvestre. Goes for the shot! Another one of football's and how moments.
He's definitely playing with a lot more conviction. This team should look to him to produce the catalyst for a comeback.
Yamal with the short one. Yamal clears. Good chance here! Turkey are looking to go forward now. Oh no, what has happened here? And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Timber, a man never lacking in drive or determination. Now it's Yamal.
Minutes has been indicated.
Oh no, no circumventing this opponent. Well, they're looking at the referee, but he's waved play on. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Now, can they get him away? And he whips chance! And he scores! Deep into injury time! What a header! Flashed in with the crispest of contacts.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him?
And that will be it. It's the day when it all caught up with them, the whole season. Egypt are looking to get a flying start here in the long race towards the finish line. This is a day for optimism, for hope, for dreaming of what might be. And the crowd here in Guadalajara, known for being hot and passionate, and that is precisely how it feels here in Guadalajara. Well, we're underway. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Yeah, Virgil van Dijk. He's just about unbeatable in every department, Peter. He's strong, he's quick, he's totally dominant in...
Shevchenko! It's in!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
Egypt getting up there! Fermin.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
And Shevchenko! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
Well, I'm not sure what went through his mind there. Reverse psychology, perhaps. Didn't do much apart from making himself look a bit silly in the end.
Fernandez picks it up from the goal kick. Oh, that's been cut out, well played. Gerrard, and it's Del Piero. Lovely pass, but can he get there? A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Searching pass he's played there. Rijkaard aims beyond the defence. Neatly clipped into space. Del Piero. Van Dijk. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Ronaldinho.
It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now.
Very nicely done. And he was alert to it. Oh, that is asking for trouble. And that is headed for the impressive jump. Firm header, just off target.
That's a great attempt, although he clearly feels he should have done better with it.
And we have our very first corner. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Egypt. Oh, that's ambitious. Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Alexander-Arnold actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Corner number 2 then. Towering header! Tries to get it clear. Simeone! Oh, he's given that plenty, but no.
That is a really good chance missed, Peter. Certainly the way he's been playing.
Now that's well seen too. It's a pretty loose pass. Simeone is flagged offside. Ronaldinho plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Oh, that's fabulous. Crossed into the middle. And who's got the final touch there? Goal kick's been given. A poorly directed kick from the keeper. He's given it away. Shevchenko gets flagged offside. And he's worked it through. Chance!
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Cannavaro.
Yamal.
He's had a shot! Oh, that wasn't far away.
Lamine Yamal clearly feels he did everything right there. He really wasn't that far away.
Oh, that pass isn't the best. Space for him to turn and look. Oh, he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense.
And here's Gerrard.
Ronaldinho. Now it's Lopez.
Cannavaro. Del Piero. That's tidy.
Swings in across. That's really well cleared. Simeone.
Now it's Shevchenko.
And it's Cannavaro. Tacho gets over and intercepts. Fermin. Now it's Trossard.
And the counter is on.
He has found the way through.
Corner then.
Spain have their third corner. Egypt are looking to go forward now. Yamal tries to play it through. Trossard. Zanetti spots it and intercepts.
Egypt certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
Looking to play him in. And he's definitely onside. And that's gone behind for a goal kick.
It's a good foot in there.
Del Piero is a player who barely needs an invitation to shoot. Del Piero. Silvestre looking to hit the byline here.
Header! Firm header, just off target.
That's a really decent chance.
Fernandez. Fermin. And he was quick to react. And it's Zanetti.
And here's Cannavaro, takes a shot! It's a goal! Egypt are level. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Egypt restore parity.
This is exactly the kind of
And that brings the first half to a close. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square.
So we reach the halfway point.
Well, I think it's been a fantastic watch, with chances created at either end. But it has to be said, neither team have been particularly clinical with their finishing.
So 45 minutes of uncompromising football, and at the break, it's one each.
Cambio en España. Número 8. Entrará al campo número 20.
And so we're off again.
Short changes him with that pass. Well, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Ronaldinho. And reclaimed it in a trice. Cannavaro. Now it's Shevchenko. Check. Egypt disappointing in the end there. They lack urgency. Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick. Yamal, the puppet master, looking to pull the strings. That looks a good ball through. Vardiol. Now it's Yamal. Fernandez, who does have an assist to his name. Cannavaro. That is a great pick out. It's Ibrahimovic! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Oh, he's been caught napping. Gerrard delivers.
Well, that might be the first time they've gone long, Peter. They've clearly been told to try something different.
He's shifting through the gears here. Oh, important interception. Great chance! Well, now it's a race for the ball. That has not gone well. And here's Shevchenko. Big chance! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. They are queuing up to have a go here.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get the reward if they can stick at this.
Cambio en España. Número 15.
Spain get their fourth corner.
Número 13.
Fermin! Oh, what has happened here? Rijkaard. And now they can spring out of defence. And it's Zielinski. Yamal. Pass somewhat off target. Fermin. He's in a great position here. Can he get it through? Now it's Yamal. That is lovely. He's Yamal! Mbappe.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Oh, he's caught him there. It's a free kick. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card. Rijkaard kept his eye on it, and he's there. Cannavaro, and he's intervened well there. Not the most accurate pass. And it's Fernandez. And it's been played through. Now it's Mbappe. Zanetti. That pass has been well intercepted. Good ball, good take. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Fermin showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Now this could be a chance.
Egypt clearly are pushing for the...
There's the shot! It's hit the crossbar. It's a throw-in. Alexander-Arnold, he's got away. Alexander-Arnold, he's on it, can he get away? Shot, surely! Threads one in. Yamal. Zanetti kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Dealt with nicely by the defence. And he's had it nicked away. Now that looks a decent ball.
That's pretty clear, it is a foul. It's a straight red, he has been given his marching orders.
Well, he waited a little while, but it does seem that the referee was eventually convinced that that was a clear enough chance he denied.
He really ended up between a rock and a hard place then, Peter. Probably took the harder choice.
Cambio en España. Número 22.
Ronaldinho having a look.
Entrará al campo. Número 10.
Alexander-Arnold.
Se va a realizar un cambio.
Is there any support? He might not need it.
Played out towards the right wing.
Now it's Messi.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
And the return pass. Looking to pass their way up the pitch.
Ibrahimovic.
Chance for a shot! Incredible! Just incredible!
So is that it? Is this the moment they stole it?
That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
Yeah, he gets top marks for that finish. I honestly thought his odds weren't that good.
Well, they've done the hard part, now to survive the last few minutes.
Well, these last few moments are going to be pretty frantic, I would think, as the opposition try tooth and nail to get back into this. We're never done till it's completely done.
Whistle's gone, that's a foul.
Oh, that's a booking, always looked it.
That is ended up in no man's land.
And that's that.
Egypt have won it by sheer force of character. As winning teams do, they managed to find that little extra when they needed it. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not... Every game feels like a special one in Buenos Aires, even more so perhaps in this neighbourhood of Núñez, famously inhabited by a true heavyweight of South American football, River Plate. So we're very much on the way now. Argentina have gone 4-3-3. Jim, how do you interpret that?
Well, one of the attacking advantages in this setup, Peter, is the impact that can be made between fullbacks and the attacking wide players. These combinations, when worked well, can be a real handful for any opposition, and we're likely to witness that again. You often see the wide man drift inside to allow the fullback to make the run out wide, and it can just throw the opposition off kilter.
Cannavaro kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Oh no, that was never going to make it. And it's Messi. And this is Batistuta.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
And that is a little undercooked. And here's... Nice sequence of passes, this. Czech claims comfortably.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to go.
And here's Ronaldinho. Now it's Messi. Now, Franco Baresi, still to this day the ultimate benchmark for anyone of a defensive mindset, Jim.
Well, I'd be hard-pressed to name anybody who got close when it comes to reading the game as well as him. He leads by example, always timing his challenges to perfection and knowing instinctively when to bring the ball out of defence. It's almost like having a defender and the playmaker combined.
Cannavaro. Well-timed, excellent interception.
It's not the game we were hoping for, Peter. I think both of these keepers could text about their respective uninvolvement.
Well, there's the clearance. And this is Ibrahimovic. Great defending, strong and determined. Kimmich. Bojan. He's had a shot! Messi! From another planet! A finish of true class! Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will stick.
But Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there, but you have to give credit and fairness to the front-footed pressing too. Made things quite uncomfortable for them.
Messi.
The first breakthrough.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10 minutes will call for real focus as the opposition will inevitably react. Egypt are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
That's the keeper's ball. And this is Ibrahimovic. Now it's Raul. Beckham. Now it's Ronaldinho. There will be a throw-in. Ronaldinho. Oh, beautifully shaped ball. Pass somewhat off target. And it's Messi. Gerrard. Raul, always looking for that half a chance. Del Piero. And he's got away from him. Del Piero was ultimately thwarted there, but it took a few of them to stop him.
Oh, I was on the edge of my seat then. He just took on one too many.
Nesta did just about enough to come out on top there. Now the party goes for a shot! And that's a tiny finish. A quite incredible spell. They are flying. How very smart. He just got it right.
Well, of course, it's great play to set him up, Peter, but you can't say the defence did themselves many favours then. They really should have picked him up sooner.
Argentina are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
There's a certain authoritativeness in everything they do now. If they want to kill off this game, now's the time to get it done.
Now it's Ibrahimovic.
That's good play from him.
And he welcomes it in. He has a look up. Looking for the fob. Towering header! And he hits the net! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Just one in it now.
Well, we have a very different game on our hands now, all of a sudden. This one's totally up for grabs.
Raul. Approaching half-time and still behind. Can they make something happen now? Threads one in. Messi is in a really good position out wide. Del Piero is a player who barely needs an invitation to shoot. Bojan, lovely pass, but can he get there? And he's picked it up out wide. Getting up there! He will be livid with himself.
Argentina certainly looks sharp there. They're very well drilled in this art of counter-attacking.
Now it's Ibrahimovic. Garcia punts it upfield. Nicely weighted ball. And there's Greengrass. That is Stuta! And that's in! And there's the goal they've been looking for.